In today's video, I'm going to take you on a full Photoshop tutorial on how I edited these beautiful models picture from start to finish. My name is Ekodidi and welcome back to another Photoshop tutorial. If you're looking for a place to improve and enhance your retouching and editing skills in Photoshop, then this video is the right one for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video as you learn along. Now, let's start editing. All right, so we're going to load our image app into Photoshop by just dragging and then dropping our image into Photoshop. Yeah, so we have our image over here. Apparently, I'm using Camera Raw 10.2. I don't know what you'll be using though, but as long as you have Camera Raw installed on your Photoshop, it's going to open up for you automatically, especially when the picture is a raw file. Yeah, this picture is a raw file, so you're going to have it in raw opened in Camera Raw for you. All right, so I'm going to do some basic editing over here. I'm just going to increase the exposure a little like this. Then I'm going to leave the contrast. I'm going to decrease the shadow. Let me zoom out a little bit. Then I'm going to increase the whites. Yeah, this for the background. I want it to look as even as possible. That's the background. All right, so the blacks, I'm going to decrease the blacks a little bit like this. I think it's okay. And then I think it's okay. So let me check the before and after. So this is the before and then there's the after. I think it's looking much better. Basic editing is okay. So I'm just gonna set it back to default. All right, so we're just gonna open our image by clicking on open image. It's gonna open up in Photoshop for us. Yeah, so here we have it. I already edited this image and this is the final result, but for the sake of the video, for the sake of the tutorial, so I decided to re-edit it again, right? So this is what we have now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fill the side of the image. Then I'm going to straighten up her dress to make it look even and much nicer. Yeah, so I'm going to press and hold Control and then J to make a duplicate of it. And then let me come to the side first. And then let me just go to filter and liquify. All right, so we have our image open up in the liquify for us. So I'm just gonna increase the size of the brush a little. Make sure this one, the first one, forward warp tool is selected. That is this one. So I'm gonna drag. Make sure it's looking nice. Like that. Then press and hold the space bar and then just position your image the way you want it. Let me zoom out a little and see how it's looking. Let me just drag it out a little bit more. Let me straighten it out a little bit more. Zoom out. I always love to zoom out because when I zoom out, I see like if the image is on a phone, it's gonna appear as a thumbnail. All right, so I think this is okay for me. So I'm gonna select okay. Okay, so we have our image looking good. So then I'm gonna merge these two layers together by pressing and holding Control and then the background layer, right click and then merge layers. So we have our image together on one layer. That is the background layer. All right, so I'm gonna zoom into her face and then just check for the imperfections and stuff on her face that I'm gonna edit. All right, so let me just go in and start my skin retouching. So I have my actions over here. Yeah, for the sake of the tutorial, I don't want to go back and then create the action I have videos where I show you how I create my frequency separation. Yeah, so I'm going to link it in the description below so that you can check out that video. And if you want this action already made for you as well, I have it in my online store, so you can check out. You can click on the link in the description below and then check it out, download it, and then play around with it. Yeah, so I have it over here, so I'm gonna just click and it's gonna play it out for me. All right, so we're gonna select the color layer, zoom in a little bit, and then select my lasso tool. If you've been watching my previous videos, you know how I do my frequency separation. Yeah, I'm going to select the lasso tool. Then I'm just going to circle like this. Right click, Gaussian blur. Yeah, if maybe you haven't set your Gaussian blur, I'm going to show you in a split second. All right, so you're going to come here to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then apparently it's on 20. I think I have to reduce it a little. So I'm going to set it at, say, 8.2 is okay. And I'm going to select okay. Yeah. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more again. Select like this. Right click. Select Gaussian blur. And I'm going to repeat this to her whole face. Let me just deselect the side by pressing and holding Alt and then circling around. Alright, sorry. Please note, when you are doing this technique, you have to make sure you don't select too much to the edge. Otherwise, it's going to give you this kind of effect, something like this. It's going to spill the background image onto the actual image, which you don't like. So always make sure you are selecting a little bit further from the edges. Alright, so we have some smoothness going on. Let me just go ahead and then continue to her body. This is actually the fastest way to retouch your skin. Well, this is the fastest way I retouch my skin. This is the method that I mostly use when I'm in a hurry or when the client needs his or her work in a short amount of time. Alright, so I have my lasso tool step finished. So I'm going to continue and then select the mixer brush tool to further smoothen her skin. So let me increase the size like this. And then still on the color layer. Alright, make sure you're doing everything on the color layer. So I'm going to just brush on her skin just to add more smoothness to it, to make it a little bit more consistent. And hey, I want to say a big thank you to anyone who has subscribed to my channel. I hit 1,000 subscribers somewhere last week or last 2 weeks or so, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so pleased, guys. This is a dream of every beginner YouTuber, and I think I feel like I'm living my dream, and I'm so happy. And it's thanks to you guys, because if you are not subscribed, I wouldn't be here at this moment. So just want to say thank you to you guys who subscribed. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button to subscribe for me. I'll be very happy to have you as part of this family. I'm going to zoom out and check. Zoom out, Control 0 to fully zoom out. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let me check the before and after. Before and after, it's okay. And So I'm gonna come here. Alright, so I'm now gonna move to other parts of her body, that's her hand. This. Alright, let me zoom in and check out our image. It's looking nice, much better compared to before. So let me just dress the side up a little bit more. Alright, our image is looking good. Let me smoothen her lips a little bit more. Yeah, this is looking nice. Zoom out. Yeah, so far so good. Her skin is looking nice. It's looking beautiful. So let me go ahead and then clean up the textures a little bit more. So I'm going to select the texture layer. And I'm going to select this tool over here. That is the spot healing brush tool. So I'm going to zoom into her forehead. I'm just going to brush on the sides that I don't really like this. I'm just going to add more smoothing, more smoothness to her face or to her skin. Any imperfection on her face, you just do this to clean it up. Let me zoom out. Let's come here. Let's just clean the side a little bit. She has smooth skin already, so there's no need to do so much. Let's zoom out. Alright, so we have a pretty good image. Yeah, we can work with it. So it's cool now. So now let's move to her outfit. As you can see, her outfit is a little bit wrinkly and it doesn't look too appealing. So we're going to try and then fix it up a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to come to this side and then select our mixer brush tool. Like this, increase the size a little bit. On the color layer, I'm just going to brush onto it like this. Make sure you don't make it look too artificial. Try and keep some texture in it as possible so that it looks more natural and more real. The fact is, retouching takes quite some time, so you have to make sure you have enough time to do it and make sure you have patience to do it. There's no one way route around it that you're just gonna press and then you're gonna get everything done smoothly for you. No, you definitely have to go into the image and then do everything yourself, especially when you know the exact results that you want. So I would advise that you always take your time when you are doing your retouching. Now let's check the before and after. So this is the before and then the after. This is the before and then the after. Alright, so our image is looking much better. Let me just go into the side and then just smoothing it up a little bit more. Yeah, so our image is looking much better. This is the before and this is the after. Here we have some great smoothness going on. when we check the background, we're going to see some imperfections over here and there. So we're just going to increase the mixer brush tool and then just brush on it like this to smoothen it out. Luckily for us, the background is smooth already, so you're not going to do that much. Whenever you want to drag your image around, you just hold space bar and then you just drag it to wherever you want it to be. If space bar means the hand tool, so when you Control 0 to zoom out our image. Alright, so this is what we're having now. We're going to proceed to the next step. So what we're going to do now is, as you can see, we're going to add a little bit more white into her eyes, just to make her eyes pop a little bit more. So I have the action over here as well. Link in the description below. So we just created our adjustment layer over here for us. So I'm going to come here with the brush tool selected. It's actually going to select the brush tool for us to automatically. So this is the settings we have at the top. So let me decrease the size a little bit, zoom into her eyes, and then opacity set at, let me set this to 50 or anywhere around 50. That's okay. And let me decrease the flow also to 50%. 50 is okay. Let me just, sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna brush. Always make sure your foreground color is on white. White reveals and then black hides. So just gonna brush into her eyes like this, gently into the whites, not the black in the eyes. Sorry. Let's move to the other eye. Zoom in a little bit more, and then just brush. Increase the size. This image didn't come out as sharp as I wanted, but yeah, the image was good, so I just had to keep it. You're not always going to get your images very sharp like the way you want it, but sometimes you get a little bit blurry image or a little bit out of focus image, but then the image is good, so you just gotta keep it and then try and make it look much better in Photoshop. That's the case of this image, so I'm keeping it. So let's check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. So I want to add a little bit of brightness into her eyes, so I'm going to open. First off, I'm going to open. This was how it was before, so I just clicked here to open our folder, and I selected the channel mixer and then came here to curves adjustment layer to create a curves adjustment layer. So I'm going to just create a handle over here and then drag it up a little bit. As you can see, the image or her eyes are looking more brighter. Let me just put it here. As you can see, the image is her eyes is so bright, so I'm just gonna leave it around the side. And zoom out. Control 0. You can see her eyes are looking white. I think it's too much, so let me just double click on the curves adjustment layer and then bring it down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's okay. Now let's check the before and after. There's the before and there's the after. I don't know if you can see it still, but yeah, it's looking much better. Before and the after. Alright. I like how it's looking already. We are not done yet, but I like the results so far. So I'm going to close this group. And then what we're going to do next is I'm going to make sure the background is evenly lit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the levels adjustment layer to do this. So I'm just going to I'm going to drag this side, the right side to the left a little. Our background will be more white and then it's going to be more even. Yeah, so I'm going to drag it. Yeah, I think this is okay. Check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. As you can see, the background is looking more white. and more even. Alright, so this effect is okay for me. Alright, so let's go to the next step. We're gonna color grade our image. So first off, I'm gonna come here to selective color, and then I'm gonna focus on her skin first, or let's say on the reds, because the reds are more in the image than any other color. So I'm gonna focus first and foremost on the reds, but bear in mind her skin also has some reds inside, so as you edit the reds, it's also gonna affect the skin. But yes, still I'm gonna do it. So let me just start playing around with these handles to see how best I can get my image to look. So cyan at -28, and then magenta at 16. Yeah, her skin is looking more chocolate, like yeah, melanin kind of vibe. Let me drag the yellows a little bit back like that. And then the blacks. Wow, I like the results I'm getting so far. It's looking nice. Wow. It's just this editing, and then our image is looking so nice already. Wow. Let's check this once again. I like this picture. This picture is so nice. We don't need to do too much. I'm loving the effects so far. I think this video is not gonna be that long as I expected. So let me zoom out. Yeah, the little color grade over here is looking good. I like it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little bit of dodge and burn to our image, just to make the skin pop out more and to bring out this shiny effect onto our image. All right, so let me zoom out. Let me come here to our actions. So sorry, I have everything in my actions because it makes work so easy and so simple. But no need to worry, I'm going to create a separate tutorial showing you how I dodge and burn. I think I have a couple of videos showing you how I dodge and burn in my videos, so you can just check it out and then see how to dodge and burn on your own. Then create everything from scratch and then just dodge and burn. Yeah, but for this video, I'm going to use the action I have over here. So I have it here. If you also want this action, you can just check out my online store and then just download it. Right, so click on it over here like this. Yeah, I have my dodge and burn created over here for me. So the same way I'm going to use the brush tool to do this. I'm going to increase the size a little. Let me open this folder so that you can see exactly what I have in my dodge and burn. So I have my ED burn over here and I have my ED dodge over here. So they're all together. With just a stroke of brush, I'm automatically going to dodge and burn the image. That's how simple it is. So I'm just going to brush over her face. Make sure you are brushing on the layer mask over here. I don't know if you can see the difference, but let me just check the before. This is the before and then this is the after. Decrease the size a little bit more and just brush over her skin like that. Let me brush the hairs as well, especially where the highlights are. Let me zoom out. This is the effects we are getting. Whoa, I love the image. I love this picture so much. I just don't know why. The skin is just popping, like it's just popping, melanin popping, and I love it so much. The before and the after. Zoom in a little bit. Zoom out. Yeah. So I'm just gonna try and then dodge and burn her outfit a little bit like this. I like how his skin is looking like it's looking dark. It's looking like a chocolate. Yeah, that's melanin for you. Before and then the after. Yeah, I like how our image is looking so far. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of light to our image. I'm gonna come here, select curves, and then just create a point over here and then just increase it a little bit. Yeah, just to make it look more brighter like that. The before and then there's the after. Zoom in so that check how our image is looking so far. So far so good. I love the effect we're getting. Let me try and then balance the color on her forehead a little bit. That is the smoothness on her forehead. So mix the brush too and then just mix it up a little bit more. There we have it. Let me zoom out. I think the lights we added was a little too much, so let me just bring it down a little. Let me just decrease the opacity over here. I think that'll be better. Yeah. So this is how our image is looking so far, and I like it. I like it so much. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you learned something from it. Yeah, I'd like you to check out other videos on this channel. If you want to learn how to do the dodge and burning and other stuff, just check out other videos on this channel. I'm going to leave videos of it over here so that you can check it out. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to catch you up in the next one. Goodbye.